Welcome back. When he was alive, Prince made hundreds of millions of dollars. That much is very certain. What's less clear is how much he left behind and who will come forward to claim it. We just learned that Prince's sister, Tyka Nelson, says Prince did not have a will at the time of his death. According to court documents, she explains, "I do not know of the existence of a will and have no reason to believe that the decedent executed testamentary documents in any form." Public records show Prince properties in Minnesota are worth about $27 million. And estimates of Prince's post-mortem earnings will likely match top-earning dead celebrities like Elvis Presley. Keep in mind, Prince had no children. His parents are both deceased, and he has been twice divorced. Joining me now, family law attorney Randy Kessler, to break all this down. So first, I want him clear. His sister says there is no will. We don't know if that's true or not. But let's say there's no will.
Right.
Who gets the $300 million?
Well, assuming there's no will, and that looks like a pretty safe assumption now, because you would think the sister would know or his longtime lawyer would know, it's going to go to sisters, brothers, which includes half-brothers, half-sisters. So there are about 6 people that are going to all be wealthier now than they were yesterday or at least last week.
So let's break down the family. So Tyka Nelson, she's the one who filed. She is Prince's full sibling. He's got 5 other half-siblings and then 2 who have also passed on. Could the other siblings, as you just mentioned, could they get a cut of this? And then the 2 that have passed on, if they, in fact, have children, how does that play into this whole thing?
Well, you know, when you have something that's not governed by will and somebody didn't plan for it, you really just have to figure out what is the easiest resolution, and the state will say it's divided among those 6 people. It doesn't matter whether he liked one more than the other, if he promised somebody something. The bottom line is they're all going to get equal shares, and it's going to go, they can share it with their children if they want to, but the fact that they have children doesn't matter.
A lot of his associates say that Prince was sort of a very meticulous businessman. So there might be another possibility here, right? There might be the possibility of a secret will that had been filed that wouldn't necessarily surface until a death certificate is produced. What's the possibility of that?
You know, it seems rare and unlikely to me, because that's the kind of thing, if he was that meticulous, he'd want to make sure it was easy to find, that as soon as something catastrophic happened, like what happened, then everything would snap right into gear and right into place. And that didn't happen. And the people that would know about that would be his sister, his closest living relatives, and his longtime lawyer, who has said he's not aware of one. And, you know, he would have come out with it. And also, there's a lot of stuff moving right now. There are albums are out, things are being sold, there's money being made. Business has to happen. That's why the sister's following this. And you would think if there was a will, he would have said, I want things to happen like this, this, and this. It wouldn't have had to be dug up from some hidden secret component or compartment.
How does a longtime lawyer not advise his client, superstar, musical genius, Prince, to not have a will when one is worth $300 million?
Always the lawyers, right? That's all. You know, I can almost guarantee the lawyer did advise, and we advise people all the time. Look, Paul McCartney didn't have a prenup, and he thought he was going to be married forever. A lot of people don't do things for a lot of reasons. He was an artist.
You may not be married forever, but you're not going to live forever. That's a fact.
Does everybody have a will?
Right.
A lot of people put their head in the sand. And, you know, artists are unique kind of people.
Not everybody's worth $300 million.
Artists may not like talking to lawyers and planning and thinking about their death, and it might not have been good for his business. He might have thought thinking about my death and what happens when I die is going to be a real downer, and I don't want to do that. I just want to do what I want to do, and I forget what everybody else says, because what do I need a will for? I can live, and when I die, what do I care? I mean, a lot of people think like that, and that could easily be what happens.
So if there's no will, likely the money will be divided evenly amongst all siblings.
That's the most likely.
All right. And what about the remaining tracks? I mean, he's going to make music hand over fist for a long time coming because of his music.
I would imagine the record companies are going to say, we're going to buy out those contracts. If the record companies don't already have the rights to those music, they may go to the heirs, to the brothers, the half-brothers and half-sisters, and say, here's $5 million, will you sign this piece of paper? And they'll say, for what? And they'll say, for us to have the right to do what we want with the music. And for them, $5 million might be enough, or they may drive a hard bargain and say $100 million. I imagine somebody that knows how to handle this music is going to do that. And actually, the brothers and sisters would be smart probably to sell it for the right price, because it's not what they do.
Well, I was just going to ask you that. So what would be your advice for these brothers and sisters right now?
I say you get a business valuation. You have somebody come in and give an accurate value as the best they can to what the proper value is, and try to sell it for the right amount of money.
Any ex-wives, do they have any claim to this fortune?
No, not unless he put them in a will, which he probably didn't, and so far there's no will.
Yeah. Unbelievable, right? Weren't you surprised to get this information?
Yeah. You know, I see so many things that I don't expect in my office every day that I'm not really surprised. I see human beings acting like human beings, and if everybody did everything based on mathematics and logical thinking, I'd be out of a job.
How long is this process going to take?
It's going to take a while. It's going to take months, because there's not just the how do you divide it, it's how do you separate the assets, how do you make sure that there's an equal apportionment amongst everybody, do you have to sell things? It could take quite a while.
Let's just hope it doesn't get dirty. It always does, right?
There's so much money, it shouldn't.
Yeah, let's hope it doesn't.
Let's hope not.
That's the best way to think, right?
That's positive.
Yeah, coming from a family attorney. Randy Kessler, thanks so much.
Thanks
always.
for having me.
All right, thank you for joining us on HLN. Up next.